Life's real deep, going deep, Chad and JT.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up, digital world? We are transmitting to you live from SoCal. This is the Going Deep podcast, the most popular podcast in the SoCal region, excluding the Inland Empire. No disrespect to them. I love them, but I don't think they love us as much as the coastal towns. I mean to start off on a negative foot.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. No, I was how you living?
Bro, large and in charge.
That's sick.
Let me lock in, dude. Yeah, I'm good.
You're good?
Good.
I'm feeling good, dude. Dude, so I coming back from a pretty huge weekend. This is my bachelor party.
It was delightful.
Oh, thank you, man.
You got a great group of family. You got a great group of friends.
Such a good crew. And I gotta tell you something, dude. Like, when I was so stoked on everyone there, and when I got back, I got so bummed because I was like, man, like, and you realize it before, but after you're like, I don't know if this exact crew will be together raging hard in one location ever again.
But we will.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Dude, at your wedding, we'll all be together again.
Snap, dude. But okay, I hear you on that, and I'm so stoked for that. But here's the thing, I was like, man, am I never gonna like be with this crew partying with a blow-up doll again? Am I never gonna wake up my boys to play golf with moaning sounds? Am I never gonna see Nicky Stacks, our boy Nicky Stacks, hit when he has 2 kings on blackjack?
20.
And that's what really got me, where I was like, oh. And then I just turned that into a preach. Because I'm like, dude, I can't just wallow in the sadness. I gotta show a preach. It all comes back to a preach for that crew, a preach for our boys, for the camaraderie that we had. It was so epic. And like you're saying, it doesn't have to end. Just because I'm entering further into adulthood doesn't mean we can't go be shirtless in Scottsdale and fake hump each other.
It's coming back again, and the bachelor party set the groundwork for an epic wedding.
Yeah.
Because then I'm coming in, I'm like, there's Chase money in the bank. There's Millhouse. There's Chimmy Shimmy Woo Boo. Yeah. There's Cal ripping beers.
Dude, there's Kevin. Kevin's going to moan us all awake the morning of my wedding.
He's so clutch on a bachelor party.
He is, dude. Kevin the Schmoll.
Cooking food. He hooked me and Strider up with a room. Just straight up ledge, dude.
Dude, he's an absolute legend. I love that dude. So, yeah. Just wanted to share that. Dude, thank you. And thank you for helping me navigate that emotional journey, and remember that I do have a wedding as well.
It was a legendary trip, and the wedding's going to be all time.
Yes.
Dude, so I wore my Kill the Molester sweater to the gym.
Okay.
Which is one of my favorite pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And then this dude rolls up and he goes, hey, that slogan is lazy and self-congratulatory. You're mistaking aesthetics for advocacy. Your violent framing is totally unchill and cheap. And the whole thing feels like performative outrage.
Whoa.
And then I thought about it. And then I just said, get him. He's a molester. And me and a couple other dudes pinned him down, wailed on him. I made him eat goat shit that I keep in my gym bag. And I feel really good about it. Like, I wear that to bait the molesters. And anyone who says they don't like it, well, then why are you defending molesters unless you are a molester?
Preach. You heard that here first. Dude, I'm glad he took that freaking you know, wolf in sheep's clothing down, that wolf who is just a sick fuck.
He's a sick fucking guy, dude.
Yeah.
And we filmed the whole thing too.
You gonna put it on the web?
Yeah, for sure.
What are you putting it on?
I'm putting it on clips, just IG and TikTok, and just like try and cut it down to 30 seconds.
I mean, dude, I think that's the move for sure, but I think you have some serious long form potential in that. Like, I take down molester and we beat his ass for 30 minutes. You could get some great sponsors for that. Black Rifle Coffee, friggin', you know,
Kinder Care preschools.
yeah, I was gonna say Toys R Us, but they're out of biz.
For sure.
But Kinder Care preschools, that sounds sick. And dude, and here's the thing, didn't you say that he was also wearing a male feminist shirt?
Yeah, which was another dead giveaway. He came at me. He thought he was like critiquing me, and I thought about it, and I was like, dude, those are like interesting critiques, even though I don't understand like half of the words you're throwing at me. But then when I got underneath it and I saw what a slippery reptile he really was,
Yeah.
clear indicators in his eyes, I just said, all right, it's goat shit eating time.
How much did he eat?
He tried to fight back, but he probably ate like 3.5 logs.
Whoa. Did he chew?
No.
Sick. You just swallowed him down?
Yep.
Where do you find goat shit? Do you have a goat? I
No,
don't
there's
know
a
about?
farm nearby
Oh, nice.
in Van Nuys.
And you just pick up the goat shit?
I just run by and grab some.
Nice, dude. All right, this is apropos to shout out our sponsor, Miguel's Fruit Stand on La Cienega and Jefferson. Miguel has a great fruit stand. He has really good papaya, really good mango, really good watermelon. He puts tahini on there, and he's not paying us for this. He was just like, hey Chad, I'm so stoked on the pod. That's my Mexican accent. And so I was like, dude, I'm going to make you a sponsor. So guys, if you're on Jefferson, La Cienega in Los Angeles, make sure you hit up Miguel's Fruit Stand. Tell him we sent you, and make sure you put some tahini on that papaya. Use code GODEEP at checkout. Dude, you know what? So right now, there's so much happening in the world. So much crazy stuff. Strait of Hormuz, I don't even know what's going on. Is it open? Is it not? Who's shooting at who? What is even going on there? I don't know. But let me tell you this, dude. I'm stoked on how chaotic the world is right now. I'm stoked on it. Inflation, war, housing. It's all gone belly up. And I'm stoked on it. You know why?
Why?
Because the world, the media, Mitch McConnell, they all want us to be bummed about it, to be scared, to look at Mitch McConnell and be like, oh, Mitch, daddy, can you help us get out of this sitch? But I think we should do something that'll flip it all on these dudes' heads. I think we should look at all these leaders who are muffing up the world and say, dude, I'm stoked on your gas prices. Make them higher. Make them higher, daddy. And then they'll be like, what? What? They won't even know what to do. And I think that reverse psychology of us being stoked on inflation will kind of reshape the way the world is run in a weird way where it'll actually have a positive effect. Because you know what they say? Hard times make hard dudes. And right now, we're all getting hard. So if we look at our leaders and say, what up, El Presidente? What up, dudes? First off, I'm hard and I'm stoked on inflation. Then I think we're all going to be more stoked in the end. Or maybe that'll like do some reverse psychology on them where they're like, actually, maybe we should like make things easier on everyone because they're all getting super hard. And the leaders, they don't want a population that's hard.
No. They want us soft and flaccid. which actually brings us to our next ad. Guys, I just want to give it up for Hims. If you're a young buckaroo and you're struggling with your dode and intimacy scares you, first hold jitters, this is the thing to get you over the hump and banging like your Johnny Sins. Hims, dude. And even if you're sensitive to vasodilators, it's probably because you have sleep apnea. So get that treated and then get on Hims.
Use code GODEEP at checkout. And that actually, dude, the fact that Hims, the code is GODEEP, and what they're trying to offer is for our listeners to be able to go deeper with a more erect cock.
You got inches left. Dude, I didn't know Spirit Airlines was struggling like that. It's so funny because like, it's like you have a buddy and like you're picking on him, but then you find out his parents are getting divorced and you're like, dude, I'm sorry. That's why you were acting like a renob the whole time. And I didn't realize airlines at large have a lot of difficulty turning a profit. They got razor thin margins, super intensive cost of doing business, strong unions, and they're so susceptible to shocks like 9/11, '08 financial crisis, cost of gasoline, COVID. All these things will just F up an airline's ability to make some dough. And so I just want to say to all the airlines, because I didn't know you guys all go bankrupt fairly regularly, that like, I'm here for you. I didn't realize you were struggling. I love to travel. It's sick as hell. I didn't know it was such a bogus financial operation. So like, all good that you suck so hard. Like, I travel all the time and like, it can blow. But at the same time, it blows for you. So since we're all in this together, like, big what up. Later to Spirit. I didn't respect you when you were around, and I'm sorry for that, dude. It's like we were opponents, but now I miss that. And I realize how lucky I was to even have you as an option in my life. And so like, as JetBlue eats up your gates, I hope you do well with them, JetBlue. I hope you're chill. I don't know who scuffed up that merger. We can blame, you know, Biden, who I think was president, and whatever. But whatever you do with those gates, I get it. Everyone's going premium seats, I guess. Are they even that premium? But you know what? You need the money.
That was super profound of you.
Yeah, because like they got me places.
I think you might be the first person, and it's a good thing, in history to be pro airline.
Well, I mean, dude, they're dealing, you know, the gas is expensive. They're feeling it too. Like, we're filling up cars and we're like, this sucks. Imagine filling up a freaking Boeing.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, I'm trying to get from LA to Miami, which is a sick route. Turbulence is never that bad. You land, everybody speaking Spanish, super exotic. But that's gotta suck, because I mean that thing's a guzzler. It's probably got like 400 gallons in there. Wow. Can you look that up, dude?
Yeah.
And Jake just pulled up that Spirit had 0 fatalities.
They were safe, dude.
Yeah.
They got you where you wanted to go.
And I gotta say, dude, great. Like, when you see a Spirit plane, the paint job, kind of next level.
Dude, a wide-bodied jet holds 48,000 gallons.
Wow.
So times that by $6.
Wow.
Good luck, dude.
Wow.
That's $300,000.
That's how much it costs to fill up a jet?
Can you look that up, Jake?
Whoa.
Dude, how sick is the internet? We just possess all the world's information at our fingertips. Yeah, over $100,000.
Whoa. That's why they're charging so much for tickets.
There was like this airline owner at one point who wanted to take out the back 7 rows and make it standing room only, right? And have those people be charged $5 for a flight. And the other people in front could pay the regular amount. He was claiming that those $5, that section, would sell out immediately. Do you think you could stand on a plane for 4 hours?
Yeah,
4?
I'd probably prefer it.
Just because you have like
I like to. I walk around on airplanes and stuff. I like it. I guess the only thing is like what happens when you hit turbulence, but like, you know.
Yeah, are you strapped in?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I just watched an interview. He was getting grilled by these people who were like, you said that you want to get rid of more seats for standing room. Like, that sounds crazy. They thought he was just trying to cut costs, but I think it might actually be a good idea. And for people who don't have money, you know, like JT said last week, if you need to get to a funeral or something, this would be a very good option.
Dude, you have to fly standing up to a funeral? That's interesting.
Dude, imagine if you went to Cabo, you had to fly back standing.
That'd be rough.
Man.
I mean, I'd still be so hammered though.
Oh, yeah. And dude, here's the thing. On airplanes, you can, these airlines give us the opportunity, although they frown upon it and possibly prosecute legally, you can have sexual relations.
Whoa.
Really high in the air. I mean, they don't technically allow for it. But dude, I've had an empty row. I've cranked hog.
You jacked off on an airplane? I knew we were good buds.
Hollywood is losing jobs by the second.
Mm-hmm.
The industry is suffering. I have the solution. Well, first off, let me preface, they're like, people in LA, they aren't working. Taxes. Newsom. People in LA are not working. I have the solution. Year-round, 24/7, MTV Spring Break.
It's a lot of production jobs.
Because here's the thing. People aren't watching cable anymore. There's so much content out there that people don't know what to choose. And so all these big Hollywood companies are like, well, how do we even get people to watch our stuff? There's so much content out there. But what's something everyone loves? Spring Break. What's something everyone loves to watch? MTV Spring Break. I'm talking bikinis, jack dudes, and Fred Durst blowing up a boat every day on TV. MTV Spring Break. We have Eminem coming out there. In Sync is back. Goo Goo Dolls. And then we have Pamela Anderson. I still think she's hot. We have her come out
Respect.
in a onesie. Like she's in Baywatch. And she saved some lucky guy from drowning. And she has to do CPR. And so he pretends to be drowning and she's giving him mouth to mouth. Then we have Jay-Z come out. And then we have Nelly come out. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think this will capture the 25 to 45 demo super hard. I would watch it every day. MTV Spring Break. Let's base it in Venice, and let's just have a continuous production going. And, dude, I got a boner just thinking about it.
That'd be sick.
Tyrese.
You having a boner all the time would be awesome.
Yeah. So I'm just putting this out there to Hollywood, the execs. Make it happen, dudes. That's the solution.
And we shoot it in LA?
No, we shoot it in Cancun.
Fire. That's so awesome. Great call, dude. Speaking to local politics, I think I'm going to make it official. I am running again for city council in the city of Burbank in 2026. And last time I got like 2,500 votes, and I won't lie, it made me horny. And I plan on getting more votes this time, so I'll probably be even hornier. And I do genuinely believe that if you are a good politician, which means you are a good leader, if you enact change, you do deserve things. Like if I get a dedicated lane for our bus, the BRT, and I make it where you're able to get from Pasadena to North Hollywood in 10 minutes, yeah, I want to get my butt licked. Only if I get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
but then I want to get butt licks. If I upzone our neighborhood so there's more affordable housing and it brings down the rents, I want to get my butt licked. If I invest in theater so the locals can deal with losing film jobs and we have another entertainment industry sector that can fulfill those jobs, then I'll have musicals to take the girls to who lick my butt. It's a perfect circle. And there's probably people listening and they're like, whoa, that's kind of gross. But here's the thing. I also want you to get your butt licked and to go to musicals. And there's a voice in your head right now saying, wait, no, I can't live that life. I can't just get my butt licked all the time and go see Mamma Mia. You can live that life. And there's your whole life, people have been conditioning you to believe you don't deserve that. But you do deserve that. Each and every one of you should get your butt licked and go see Hamilton at least once a week. And I want that for everyone, no matter your color, your creed. And that's my platform. Butt licks and musicals. Par 26.
Sick. And dude, you know what Moulin Rouge means in French, right?
What?
Eating ass.
Oh!
That's why Ewan McGregor did it.
And that's why I do that song from Moulin Rouge, Elephant Love Medley. Who would be better at licking butt than an elephant? Because they just put that funnel right on it.
Wow. Dude, I think a giraffe would actually be pretty good too.
For sure. Bad swimmer, good butt licker.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. An elephant's trunk just getting in your beehole.
You deserve that. Locals, Burbankians, vote for me.
Dude, my dog kind of leveled me up spiritually last week.
For real?
Yeah, because I came home hungover and I was like, man, did that espresso martini ruin my future? Will I be too hungover to face the world? Will I just be a renob backwards boner for the rest of my life?
No.
I was so in my dome. I was like, man, I got hungover and I was like, dude, you suck. And then I remembered when
You said that to yourself.
I said to myself, and I remember being at the bar and I was like to this guy, and I was like, dude, what are you into? He's like, I love the Raiders. And I'm like, I love baseball too. And the way he looked at me, he was like, dude, you suck. And then I was at the time, I was just like, haha, yeah. But then the next day I was like, I suck. And then I go home to see my dog. And she's so pumped to see me. She's so excited. She runs out. She runs in the backyard. She's just looking all around. She's just so stoked to see the world. And I'm like, dude, my dog never has thoughts like that. She's not thinking about the future. She's not worried about, if she said the wrong thing about the Raiders to a cool dude who is pretty jacked. She's just out there every day being like, dude, I'm out here. I'm pumped on the world. This is sick. And I'm like, that's how we should do it, because our time here is finite.
Finito.
And my dog's not worrying about a Roth IRA. She's just pumped to be here in this moment. She's she's muffing up cats. She's smelling chicken. She's smelling butts. And at the end of our lives, are we going to be like, man, I'm stoked I worried so much? Or do you want to be like, man, I'm stoked I lived it up every day?
For sure.
So thank you to my dog. Dogs are our greatest teachers.
Have you built out a portfolio for your dog yet?
Like financially?
Yes.
No.
I would get on that. You want them to start having assets, and you want those assets to mature.
What kind of assets?
Diversified. Stocks.
Like,
real estate.
whoa. Damn. I didn't realize that you're supposed to have like a financial foundation for your dog.
You have to look after them. And if something happens to you, you want them to be secure, right?
Yeah.
I would open an account very quickly.
Do dogs invest in heavy metals?
That business can look good. I mean, gold took a little bit of a dive. Could be a good time to buy. That's something to talk to your dog broker about. I'm not an expert.
Wow.
But I do know I have set aside a security blanket for my pup.
Wow.
That they'll get when they get to a certain age.
Dude, thank you for bringing this to my attention.
For sure.
And that brings us to our next sponsor, Dog Financials. Are you securing your dog's financial future? Are you going to make sure that they're protected and that they have what they need to stay afloat when you're gone? Well, look no further. Dog Financial Futures. Dog Financials will look out for your dog's financial well-being long after you kick the bucket. I'm talking endless bully sticks, bones, and squirrels to chase, all in the form of financial assets. Use code GODEEP at checkout.
So, dude, you know I'm just like kind of a crazy badass. Mm-hmm. You know, and I have that switch. When I flip, there's no stopping me. Mm-hmm. Like, you could be a contender in the middleweight division in the UFC, but if I flip that switch, you're not going to want to be in front of me. You're going to lose an eye. You're going to get a dick in your mouth. It's going to be bad news bears for you. And, you know, typically I just keep that concentrated on the fellas, typically, you know, because I don't want to be raging on kids or pups or ladies. Those are protected classes when it comes to these. But, dude, I got freaking pissed at my fiance the other day.
What happened?
It had been brewing for a while, and finally I had enough. And I banged on her door, and I came in and I said, look, I am your husband. I call myself her husband, even though we're not technically married. But, you know, I got the ring and we got kids. So what is married? And then I looked at her and I said, straight up, I need more kisses. And I know people listening are like, whoa, that's aggro. But I'm not afraid to be an alpha male.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to get treated like an alpha male. So I said, I need more smooches. I need more cuddles. That is what fuels my alpha mentality.
Yeah.
Like, you got a world beaten dude who goes out into the expanse of danger and comes back with fruit sometimes. And I said, I can't just do that without kisses. I need smooches.
Yeah.
And then she went through her Rolodex of excuses. Oh, I meant to kiss you this time, but you know, I was starching some jeans. And I said, enough of the bullshit. Start kissing or get walking. I need to feel the exchange. I need to taste your day daily. Now give me my daily bread. And sometimes I want them soft. Sometimes I want them big. But I want them. I want my kisses. Now pay the kiss bill.
So fire.
Do you think it has anything to do with you smoking more cigarettes?
That's why I'm getting less kisses, because I smoke more cigarettes.
Yeah, I think maybe she doesn't like the taste of Marlboro Reds.
I'm getting mad because I can tell that this guy is trying to get me mad. And I will say to you, Jake, the same thing I said to her. I want more kisses. And that's what you're doing when you make me mad, is you're just making me kiss you, dude. So if you want to keep talking shit, talk some shit. But I'm going to come over there and I'm going to put it on you, brother. I'm going to lock lips with you. And every time I come to this podcast from now on, I want to kiss.
Same goes for me, Jake. If you don't get Jake T his kisses, I'm going to beat your ass. I don't mean to threaten the producer in the middle of the pod, and I don't know why I'm taking on this accent.
That's your real voice.
This is real me. This is like, Michael Jackson when he goes, "Hey, I'm Michael." This is what he actually sounded like, brother.
You see what you did, Jake?
You see what you did to me, Jake? You brought the real me out. Jake!
Training day.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, I'm about to put cases on all you motherfuckers.
By the way, Jake, how you doing?
Yeah, how you feeling, man? How's life?
Life's been pretty good. Can't really complain.
He seems good.
He does seem good.
You seem good, man. You seem like you're coming into a beautiful phase.
Yeah, I think so too. I think life is like a lot of ups and downs, and I think I'm on an incline now. I think I'm headed towards the Stoke. Like
3 miles per hour, 12% incline, 30 minutes. Low intensity, steady Stoke, brother.
That could be part of it. I've been going for long walks, specifically uphill.
Good.
The calves are looking and feeling good. So I think it's just all tying together, like big calves, big heart, big laughs.
Dude, that's what it's all about. The Stoke journey it can be a bumpy one. And everyone thinks, they look at dudes who are stoked all the time and they're like, man, they must have always been that way for that guy. But no, the most stoked dudes are the ones who went through a freaking journey. Indiana Jones, he's just not cruising through the temple, just just tapping ass and having charcuterie. No, he's going through some challenges, and when he comes out the other end, he's stoked and more tan. And Jake, I can tell that you're at the climax, or you passed the climax into the third act of your Stoke journey. You're Indiana Jones with a fire whip, and
you're firmly in your dank you maw.
Yeah. Guys, this podcast is brought to you by Home Chef, the best meal kit biz in the game. Guys, we all know how hectic life can be, how busy it can get. You gotta do taxes. You gotta sun your taint. You gotta pick out the right avocados. That takes a while. You gotta check to see if cantaloupe is right. That takes a while. But Home Chef makes prepping your meals easy with quality food, quality recipes, and they make it fun. I mean, it's the whole package. What is better than that? And you don't have to go to the grocery store. You know how brutal it is going to the grocery store? You drive there. There's people there. You have to check yourself out. If you don't want to wait in line, you have to look for all the, my fiance will give me recipes. I'm like, I don't even know where turmeric is. I don't even know what cumin is. But Home Chef takes care of all that because they have quality recipes, and you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to do all this work. You just get good stuff. They've worked with chefs like Gordon Ramsay, Giada de Laurentiis, bringing restaurant quality recipes straight to your kitchen. I'm talking Chef's Culinary Collection, classic meal kits, express options, that's sick, and 30-minute meals to oven-ready trays and quick microwave lunches. There's even a dedicated family menu for easy 4 or 6 serving dinners. Guys, it's affordable too. That's the best part. It's affordable. In this economy, what more could you ask for? Home Chef, I'm so stoked on you guys. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering our listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box, plus free dessert for life. Go to homechef.com/go-deep. That's homechef.com/go-deep for 50% off your first box and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/go-deep. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert.
Just a quick anecdote. Yesterday, Chad and I participated in what could be called a celebrity golf tournament, but fairly quickly revealed that he was a medium who could speak to the dead. And then him and Chad totally connected.
Oh, dude.
And that became the thrust of the day.
I was so stoked when we started talking about that. I was like, wait, what?
Dude, you locked in.
I was like, dude.
He was like, this might sound a little kooky. And you were like, it doesn't, brother.
Yeah, talk to me, dude. I love all that stuff.
And then it made me realize, like, because I can be quite materialist, you know, where I'm like, dude, if something's going on in my head, it's probably because, you know, I have some sort of cognitive decline or there's an issue with like my vestibular system. Then I was like, that's kind of a bummer way to think about things. Like maybe I'd be a more stoked dude if like when I felt her ringing in my head, I was like, that's my great uncle trying to say what up.
Dude, you might have some serious antennas going to other realms and you just don't even know it. Because you want to be so locked into this realm, but dude, you could be talking to crazy ass dudes right now.
I'd like to talk to my great uncle again.
Yeah.
I don't think we got enough time. I also, dude, you nailed it when you said the word realm. That's when you know you've elevated. When you start saying realms, that's like, all right, we're leaving the boring and we're getting into the cool.
I recently rode in a Tesla, and
Whoa.
Teslas might be the newest way to ghost hunt. Okay.
Whoa.
So basically on a Tesla, there's a screen that shows your surroundings, right? If there's a car that's driving, it'll show a little car. If there's a person walking, it'll show a person walking. And this is on like your dashboard, right? I was in the Tesla. We were in the middle of nowhere, pitch black, a random road, and bodies were popping up on the sensor as if there was people there. I looked into this, right? And people are testing this by driving Teslas through
haunted places?
cemeteries. That's the word I'm looking for.
Very haunted.
Yeah, they're driving Teslas through cemetery, and they're getting crazy amounts of people lining up along the sides of their cars.
What?
Isn't this nuts?
Dude, we got to go do that.
It's time.
How scared were you, Jake?
I was really freaked out. At one point, the guy who was driving stopped the car to see if someone was actually there. And I was like, bro, hit the fucking gas. Like, we don't need to fucking check to see if there's a ghost. Like, if one's there, let's get the fuck out of here, bro.
What, so you see on the screen it looked like a body?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
Whoa, I gotta check this out. Whoa.
Wait.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you're just driving, right? And you see
What is that?
What looks to be people. It could be families. And the crazy thing is Tesla categorizes what it sees. So it could, if it's a kid, it makes it smaller. If it's a grown adult, it makes it taller, bigger, obviously. And I didn't see anything. It was pitch black. There was nothing outside. But on the screen, there was spirits, ghosts.
Whoa.
Wow.
There's something there that was being registered as a human.
Whoa.
Registered as a human.
And what do you think that means? Do you think that there's like tons of dimensions that are here and we're in a one dimension and we can only just like perceive this one dimension, but there's probably humans in other dimensions but existing on the same friggin'
I don't know what to believe. I would like to think there's ghosts and spirits, but like, why would they try and show themselves through a Tesla? I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Right. Like pro Doge.
Yeah, like he could just come knock on my door and be like, yo, chill, you know? But instead he's got to be on the side of a road, pitch black, midnight.
Whoa. Or dude, what if they're Optimus robots rocking an invisibility cloak?
Holy shit.
Let's take a voicemail.
What up, y'all? This is Smoking Ganj here, longtime fan calling in. And contrary to my name, I'm actually sober now. I quit drinking and quit weeding and quit everything. And I know Chad has always been kind of an advocate for sobriety. So I just wanted to hear any advice on like natural ways that you guys get stoked, you know, after a long day. How do you chill without substances? Thanks for the advice, bros. Yeah, peace.
Dude, first off, stoked for you, man. I'm stoked that you are sober now and you're enjoying your life. I would say for me, if it's if I want to chill after if I want to chill after a night, after a day without like substance free, I'll do one of three things. I'll look at my lady and I'll be like, Baskin Robbins, we going. Number 2, let's watch. What the fuck?
What's wrong, dude?
Who keeps calling me?
Answer it. Speakerphone.
Hello?
Hi, this is Eddie, the appliance technician.
Hi.
Go speaker, dude.
On my way. I'll be there in 35 minutes.
Oh, I thought you were coming from 3 to 4.
2 to 4, not 3 to 4.
2 to 4. Okay. I should be home a little bit after 2.
What is after 2? Like, I hope not 2:30.
No, like 2:10. Let me see.
Okay, let me take other job and I come after to you, okay?
What time's that gonna be?
I can be there by like 2:10.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All
right, thank you.
Ghosts or aliens?
You're welcome.
Thank-
Bye-bye. Bye.
Dude, I would have asked him, but I've been trying to get this dude to come look at my washer and dryer for like 6 months.
Dude, can I tell you something? That was electric. Don't cut any of that for the pod. That was amazing.
Dude, did you like his did you like his he's like, oh, what's a little after 2? 2:30?
I hope not 2:30.
Dude, because
That
I
was
didn't know
powerful.
who's calling. He's like, I'm like, what the? Who keeps calling me? You know, it's an unknown number. Hello, it's Eddie.
Eddie.
Eddie, if you're listening to this, I hope you fix this shit, dude. Because if not, you know.
That I bet 100% he's a listener. Chad has been saying for a few days that he was coming from 3 to 4.
Yeah, let me look at my.
So to the listeners being like, hey, don't mess with his schedule. Chad's pretty good at scheduling. I know this because he carries me in that respect. And so I would bet my life that Eddie changed the time. If Chad got the time wrong, I'll literally kill myself right now.
Okay, dude, I am vindicated. I am vindicated right now. Hello, Chad. This is Talia with Best Fix Appliance Repair. Hope you're well. I'd like to send a technician over to you to look at your washer and dryer. Saturday 5/2 between 1 and 3. And I was like, sorry, Talia, I'll be on the batch. I will be drunk and nude. What other times do you have? We have Monday open from 2 to 4 or 3 to 5, as well as Tuesday also at those times. I said, I think Tuesday 3 to 5 would be best. Awesome, thanks. So I've confirmed Tuesday, May 5th between 3 and 5. The technician will call you when he's on his way before the appointment starts. Great, thanks. My pleasure.
I'm not blaming Eddie, but I knew my boy had it right. And then to you listeners that were ready to turn on Chad right there, think about who you are, man. I didn't mean to yell. I'm sorry, guys.
Thank you so much for having my back there, dude.
All right, to the listener, dude, I got a place where I can go bone sober every time and get my juice going and work out whatever's bugging me internally, and that's the dance floor. I've talked about it on here ad infinitum, dude. When I get out on the floor, everything gets into place. Any thoughts I have, they get better. Disco Thoreau, dude. That's where I'm transcendental. I just got to get out there and hit it. Feel the beat. And that's the key, man. If no matter how old you are, no matter how messed up you are, no matter how much stuff you're going through, if you can just slow down and you can wait for the beat to clock in and you can feel it move you, you're in line and on time, baby. And that's where the good stuff happens. And you deserve all the good stuff because you're making a sacrifice right now. You're giving up that easy demon to find your better angel. And we're with you, brother. So go to the dance floor, feel it out there. Feel all the parts of your life and feel the timeline and feel it get jumbled up in your body, dude. Like a freaking athletic cubist.
Dude, that was so fire. And you nailed it right on the head. You nailed it right on the body. You get in your body, dude. You get in your body. That's what it's all about. You get in the bod. I was kind of being born with ice cream, although I love ice cream, but I think JT's
Nothing
right.
born about ice cream, dude.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I think JT, you're right though. One of the best times at a music festival I had was when I was stone sober, just moving, watching the gorillas. So go out there and live, and just know that you can drive after.
That's huge. Up to 10,000 DUI deaths a year.
Dude, avoiding the Dewey, and also knowing that you're going to be able to wake up at 7 a.m. and crush your next day.
What's going on, fellas? This is Tommy from Indianapolis. Calling in, not really because I have a qualm or anything, but I just want to know what you guys, your favorite fruit is. Because I think there's more to life than just simply bananas and apples. I mean, you got star fruit, avocado's even a fruit. My favorite is a pear. I think it says a lot about someone what their favorite fruit is, and I'd be curious to know what your guys' are. So thanks for answering the question, and have a good one.
Simple for me, dude. My favorite DJ is Kygo. My favorite fruit is mango.
So sick. My favorite fruit is Freddie Mercury.
One of the greatest of all time.
I love you, dude.
Love you. Rest in peace. Dude, should we do a beef of the week?
Yeah.
What's your beef?
My beef of the week. My beef of the week is with Hertz Rent-A-Car.
Fire.
And just notifications in general. I know I booked a rental with you. I know I booked a hotel. I know I booked a flight. I know I booked a salon appointment. I know I booked, a jacuzzi time at the jacuzzi shop. You don't need to send me 15 texts to remind me. I know. And if someone doesn't know, maybe they're not really going to respect the confirmation. So I'm just saying to all corporations, stop letting me know about something I know I did. If you want to notify me, have Eddie call me and get the time wrong and then make me feel like an asshole. And then I'll double check and be like, actually, I did have the time right, but Eddie's still a legend.
Yes. Perfect. Perfectly said, dude. Fucking A, man.
Thanks, brother.
Proud of you, dog.
Thanks.
Dude, my beef of the week is the tug my phone does on my brain when I'm supposed to be present with some other thing. So, like, literally, I'll be squared up talking to a dude, and he'll be like, yeah, like, me and my wife are getting a divorce. It didn't really work out. It was complicated for a lot of reasons. We were struggling for dough. I was on the road a lot. I have a female friend. And then I'll just feel my brain be like, dude, check your phone. And I'm like, dude, now is not the time to just watch a hilarious video of a dude hitting his wife in the head with a pool noodle and her being unable to clamp it. But my brain's like, you should probably watch that right now. And he's like, I don't know what we're going to do. Like, we have a kid. I kind of want to move to another state. I don't know if that's possible. And I'm like, dude, I could just love an Olivia Dean meme right now of a dude just singing her song, Man I Need, in silly circumstances. And then I'm like, no, dude, lock in. And I can't. Like, I end up checking my phone when this dude's like, hey, I'm probably just going to let her have the kid and I won't see him that much. I'm supposed to be locked in for that, but I'm not, because the tug, bro, is so strong. It's like I got a boat in my head with a rope around it, just pulling me to my phone. And dude, the videos are hilarious.
Dude, I mean, the videos you brought up I was like, while you were talking about that, and speaks to your beef, immediately in my dome, I was like, I need to go watch that video right now.
And then the problem is I get so tugged out of the conversation that then I come back and I'm like, dude, watch this video. And it's a clip of Leonardo DiCaprio in Inception being like, if I could do this, even if I could do this, I would need a guarantee that you could deliver. How do I know I can trust you? And then I forget the actor's name, but the dude from Last Samurai, he goes, you don't. And then the title is when your kid wants a toy from Toys R Us, but you want to make sure they're quiet after. I showed him that video when he was talking about not seeing his kid anymore because the gentle tug of the phone got me so adrift from the reality I was in. Do you feel what I'm saying here, dude?
100%. Yeah. I mean, as you keep talking, you're espousing this knowledge, this great point about, you know, what the attention economy has done to our attention. And I'm bankrupt, dude.
I'm in a full attention recession.
And every time you bring up a video, my brain automatically is you're talking, and in my mind I'm like, you know, thinking about Olivia Dean, like, you know, and I'm thinking about her just like what she looked like naked, and I'm thinking about Leo saying that to Ken Watanabe.
Dude, Ken Watanabe, bro.
Yeah, and I'm like, I need to go see these things right now. But that's not how we're supposed to operate. I should be here right now hearing your beef.
Yes, dude.
But Olivia Dean is just...
She's taking over. The vids are so good.
So good.
Can I kick us off with a babe?
For sure, dude. Kick it off.
My babe of the week is Mexicans. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I want to shout out all my Latinos and Latinas. I grew up in Iowa, very, you know, not diverse place. But one thing I always did was had a Corona on May 5th. So shout out to the Mexicans.
Hell yeah, dude.
And that is not racist. I just like Corona and Mexicans.
Yeah.
No, that was like the opposite. You made it, dude. Honestly, you kind of made it racist by saying that, because before then, it was literally the opposite of racist. Which is crazy, dude.
Dude, my baby of the week. Yesterday was May 4th. May the 4th be with you. My baby of the week. Dude, my baby of the week is Star Wars.
Dude.
I mean, say what you want about what has happened to Star Wars from 2014 on. Debatable, except for Mandalorian. But dude, those first 3, incredible. They brought you into a whole new world with lightsabers, metal bikinis, and big slimy slugs that were really tough negotiators. I'm talking about Jabba the Hutt. And then the next 3 came out in the early 2000s, not well received initially. And I will say, I never watched Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones. Not a fan, except for the time when Padme gets her midriff ripped off during the battle, dude. Oh, dude.
Yes, dude.
And then Revenge of the Sith, I love Anakin's flow in there. I love the lightsaber duels, especially Anakin and Obi-Wan. Although what happens to Anakin and his flow, spoiler alert, it's tragic. He gets his dong burned off. And his flow. Star Wars, I will always watch a new Star Wars movie except for the Disney series ones, because I'm like, I don't need a story about droids. Whoever pitched that, actually, I'm not trying to be negative here, but whoever pitched the droid show should be put in a full Nelson. But the first 6 Star Wars, as a kid, made me so happy, transported me to a world, and brought lightsabers into my life, which it just gets me so amped.
Eternally grateful. Dude, my babe of the week, I gotta go with water. Dude, it hydrates us. It can help us go from place to place. And we can swim in it.
And surf it.
And surf it. It's got so many different uses. And then outside of the uses, it's just sick. I can think of almost no other thing that provides as much. And as it stands today, my children are learning how to swim, and watching them just straight up frolic in the water, it's a cosmic delight. Like, there is something so natural about just a splish splash. I freaking dig it, dude. And you know, maybe I'd kind of forgotten how much I love water. But water, you're a babe. And dude, you know, I almost feel guilty because I feel like you're more the water guy.
No.
Because you shred. You shred and you drink it. You do.
But you rip jet skis.
I do rip jet skis. Thank you, man.
You dance.
I do dance, and there's water there too.
I think I gotta say, I think you jacu harder.
Bro, that's pretty even. That might be 50-50 between. It could be a toss-up. But yeah, just water, like, thank you. Thank you for everything.
So, someone in chat said, can you try and describe the taste of water?
I would say it's not a flavor as much of a sensation. And when you drink water, you feel whole. Like, just imagine you're like an empty machine, and then when you pour in the water, all the volume gets filled up. Fuck, dude. The fuck is that? That's fucking perfect is what that shit is. Water's literally fucking perfect. And then we have dudes out in the world being like, oh, fuck this, fuck that, fuck this shit, fuck that shit, bro. Drink water.
Dude, I'm going to say something, and I think it might be a great ending thing to say. Water tastes like a butt after Mamma Mia.
If you need advice,